Welcome to the Georgia Peach Symposium. And today I have some wonderful guests that are here with me right here on set live. We have the actual athletic director, Mr. Ed Shattuck from the Gwinnett County school system, public school system right here in Gwinnett County. The best, the crown jewel of education and in the state of Georgia. We also have a dynamic superstar athlete, Rennie Karun. And Rennie is homegrown, believe it or not. He actually came right here from Brookwood High School. And he ran that football so well. He ran it all the way into the hedges of the Georgia, the great and wonderful Harvard of the South, Georgia, University of Georgia. This man has broken records, and I think they said, Rennie, you're in the Hall of Fame somewhere. I don't have all the facts, but yeah. He ran from the...
Tackled.
Huh?
Tackled my way.
He tackled his way in. Couldn't get away from it.
Yes, sir.
And then from there to the National Football League. And so we're just really, really excited to have these two dynamic men. We have the corporate structure, and we have the on the ground in the professional league, and we want to talk to both of these executives and now a mentor as well as a keynote speaker nationally. We want to kind of get started a little bit here, and then we're going to segue out. We're going to back our way into this interview. So, Mr. Shattuck, once again, I want to welcome you to the Georgia Peach Symposium, and I want to talk to you more so from the mindset of that student that is sitting on the couch, and that athletics is different now, and we're in COVID, coming out of COVID. Right. Let's talk about that a little bit, and then I want to turn it over to Rennie, and I want you to be able to give them a directive. Mr. Shattuck?
Well, COVID has sure played a part in athletics. Last year, all our spring sports lost their entire seasons. So kids lost a lot of opportunities, a lot of ways to show themselves, and their world got turned upside down. No proms, no graduations. The world as we knew it just did not exist. We were fortunate on June 8th, Georgia High School allowed us to try to come back. We were managed to put in protocols and develop processes through our medical partners at the Department of Public Health and the CDC. And we were able to come back and start conditioning with athletes, and ultimately, so far, have been very effective at finishing all seasons.
Wonderful.
And we're coming up on finishing the last winter season with basketball. Spring started, and we're back outside, so I'm feeling good that these kids are going to get to finish the year.
What a blessing. I tell you, we just thank you, and I can't thank you enough. Okay, you guys are, I know we talk about the doctors and we talk about the essential workers, but God bless the children. And you guys have taken on the mandate and have the passion to educate our children while the parents are attempting to work and put food on the table and pay the bills. And we can't thank you enough for the courage, okay, be it online or be it live, to make sure that you continue to educate our children in such a way that they can propel themselves forward. I want to turn the camera now over to Rennie. And Rennie, I want you to go back in your mind and find yourself now as a senior in high school with all of the vibrant and all of the energy and power that you have and you've exhibited in the world, but put yourself in COVID and understand your speed and your agility. You have the agility of a cat. How would you train yourself if you were that athlete that has missed the first year of being able to display your skills? What would you be doing right now? I want you to speak to that individual.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, my mindset would be all about maximizing any opportunity that I would have to really propel myself and perfect my craft. And that means not just waiting until I'm with my team, you know, so when I'm at home, what type of things am I doing with my spare time? Am I on TikTok? Or am I on social media? Or am I, you know, in my yard, you know, with my speed ladders or any type of equipment that I can have? And then the great thing about being in Gwinnett is we have access to so many different trainers. I was trained by a guy by the name of Chip Smith Performance Systems, amazing trainer. Ryan Golden is another one. You got Dash Sports Performance now with Coach Lee. There's so many trainers that can provide you with extra training, so you don't have to just wait, for things to clear up as far as COVID to be with your team in order to prepare yourself and in order to improve. In worst case scenario, you can always, like I said, get in your neighborhood, get in your front yard, in that grass, and put that work in. Make sure that your technique is right. We got YouTube now. There's so much access to information. You got guys like myself that have been through the process. So I was one that was always seeking out mentors and people that I could just learn from and gain that knowledge from. Jesse Tuggle was a guy who lived in Sugarloaf, and I used to reach out to him. I was considered undersized, so I reached out to him. He poured into me, man. I go over to his house. He put his film on, and yeah, it just really helped set me apart from a young age.
That's amazing. What you're saying is so important, and it's a difference maker.
Yes.
I want to pan the camera back over to you, Mr. Shattuck. So, when you were just a few years younger, and life goes by so fast.
It does.
And you find yourself now from not only playing in the sport, participating, and not only being a coach, and not only doing all of those things, but now you hire the coaches and you hire the directors. What kind of directive would you give that athlete who tore their ACL? And at this point, they no longer have the physical capability. What would you suggest to them to do as it relates to the educational track, that they may be able to still play out their destiny, but watch it and coach it, opposed to just participate in it?
I think Rennie would be the first to tell you the first thing you've got to do is take care of that classroom. If you don't have the classroom, it doesn't matter what you want, you're not going to move forward and propel yourself, unless you're just an athlete of a 5-star caliber. Most are not. Most, there's a lot of them out there, and you've got to find ways to differentiate yourself. So taking care of that classroom and preparing yourself to being able to compete. And then, like Rennie talked about, if you're hurt, you're injured, but you still want to play, you've got to do everything you can to get yourself prepared physically and mentally for whatever that next step may be. And we're finding that some kids take a gap year now, or take a year off and come back and enter the, as a year older, especially for males. A lot of us don't mature till we're a little older.
I can attest to that.
And don't give up the dream. So we're seeing a lot of folks that really are able to play at the next level, not at the University of Georgia, but with other opportunities. There's a lot of opportunity that there did not used to be to compete and play.
Well, I tell you, it is just this information that you guys are giving. I promise you guys both, and I know you feel it even in your heart and in your spirit. It is the difference maker, because you've got a lot of these young men and women that are out there right now. They have no one but themselves. I remember my son John, he was told he could never go to the University of Kentucky and compete because he was too short, and because he wasn't tall enough to be on a championship all-winning team. So Rennie, I mean, you and I are about the same height, but they told me you hit as hard as a Mack truck. So my question now, how did you overcome that height and come up with so much power and momentum? Where did that come? Where did that burst of energy and power come from, brother?
Man, honestly, it really started with my mindset. Honestly, I didn't even plan on playing the position I played. Right, when I got to Brookwood my freshman year, I played running back and didn't get along with my coach my freshman year. He moved me to linebacker. I ended up getting extremely frustrated, was about to quit. Went to my Little League coach, and he told me something I'll never forget. He said, Rennie Curran, I want you to focus on what you can control.
Wow.
And so for me, that meant my attitude, my mindset, my effort, my level of faith. All those things that were intangibles that, nobody could coach, but that I had control over. That's what I took advantage of. So I went out on the field, man, just started hitting everything moving, and it became an identity for me, just to say that I'm either going to be near the ball or I'm going to make every single tackle.
Let me tell you something. We're going to take a station break, because I need to get more information. We gotta pump this out of you guys' brain, because you guys are doing a dynamic job. Thank each and every one of our viewers as we are getting ready to take a little station break. Isn't this stuff rich? Is this not what you've been waiting for? And so they have so much more they want to share. Just a few moments.
OcuPrep Training Solutions is a training and staffing organization whose mission it is to prepare the next generation of entry-level allied health professionals. OcuPrep offers in-house certification programs for multiple healthcare professions. If you're looking for a fulfilling career in the eye care, ear care, dental, or dialysis professions, www.ocuprep.com to discover which opportunity is right for you.
Body symmetry. We go on the inside and we get metabolically, hormonally, on a cellular level, and get everything optimized and balanced.
There's nobody like you on the face of the planet. So we need to treat you and tailor a program to you that is special to you.
It just gets me so excited. And so it's just, I run on passion. And I run on passion off of the fuel that I get from people's results. And it's powerful.
There aren't many lawyers that can offer in their practice trilingual services in a multiple of disciplines, and that's what we offer here. I felt it was important, given the demographics of this community, to be able to service as many people as possible, because there are some people that are underserved, that are not represented, that don't have access to strong legal services for a variety of reasons. I've been a lawyer for 32 years. I've been blessed to be able to practice around the world. I'm attorney C.K. Hoffler, and I refuse to be denied.
Everybody deserves a simple, decent place to live.
And that's what life is all about, is creating hope for tomorrow.
That hope is what we all need.
Everything is different about our lives now. A thank you isn't enough.
I've been able to focus on our future. I've been able to breathe. You know, what Habitat does, it empowers communities and creates strong families and strong communities.
Welcome back once again to the Georgia Peach Symposium. I don't know if you've just tuned in. I'm not aware whether you have or you've been following our program, but I tell you what, we have two of the most dynamic people. We have the corporate executive side, and also corporate executive side, once former football player, all-star player, and we're just having a good far side chat right here, having a great conversation with Mr. Ed Shattuck, who is the athletic director, and Mr. Rooney Karan, and he is Mr. Everything in football. Talk to me about executive director. What is it that you direct?
Well, Gwinnett County is the 11th largest district in the United States of America. Wow. We have 181,000 children and 19 high schools that play athletics. So we have the largest athletic program, public athletic program in the southeastern United States. So
wow, bro.
We have a lot of children, we have a lot of coaches, we have a lot of directors, and we have a lot of moving parts.
You got a big job.
It's to keep it moving and do things in the right way. It takes a lot of quality people at the local school, good principals, good athletic directors, and good coaches.
Amazing. So you have been able to be influenced, Rennie, by this type of leadership.
Yeah.
And so now my question is, I will never forget, I was at a commencement ceremony at A&T State University where my cousin, my nephew, Mikey, was graduating, and the gentleman that, I can't remember his name, but he had the long beard, and I think he had Ebony Magazine or Enterprise Magazine, and he talked about building bridges backwards. So building bridges backwards is, that whole mentorship piece.
Yeah.
Are you building bridges backwards?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
That's something that was extremely important to me. Even before I got to University of Georgia or to the NFL, I was a guy, as you know, who was known as being an undersized linebacker. So as I started to rise in success, I realized that there were so many others who were coming after me. I started to hear the noise of just, young kids saying, man, Rennie Curran made it. Parents who would reach out to me and say, hey, can you talk to my kid? And then I was blessed from, guys like Ed and my little league coach, who picked me up every single day for practice, and trainers, like I mentioned, Chip Smith and Ryan Golden, who allowed me to train for free when my parents couldn't afford it. So that was in my DNA. Like, I'm in debt to so many people in a good way just to give back. And so now I've started a foundation called the Game Changers Foundation, and one of the main pillars of our organization is mentorship. And so we're doing that through virtual, of course, with the pandemic, But that's something that I live for, man. If you look at my Instagram or my social media right now, you go in the direct message, I got messages upon messages from, younger athletes who are asking me anything from how do I get my biceps bigger to how do I improve my position. So, I love it, man.
You mentioned something to me earlier, Mr. Shattuck, before we came on set that really, grabbed my attention. I come from a world of audiology, and I come from a world of frequency, pitch, and tone, and decibels. And you said something to me about drowning out the noise. People that suffer with a noise disorder where they hear a buzzing in their ears, it drives them crazy. Some people actually commit suicide. And you said this to me, that you have to drown out the noise. Talk to me about how do you do that?
Well, the guy sitting to my left is a perfect example of that. You take the stuff that doesn't matter and you get it away from you. The influences and things that are not giving you what you need. Whether we're talking about kids going to the next level to play athletics, if that's your desire, you need to take care of your academics, you need to train, you need to do all the things that you need to do to get there. And that's tuning out the noise, the things that don't matter, being with the right people, making the right decisions, having the right mentorship, making sure you've got the influences you need to be successful. Like I said, there are very few five-star athletes. They're not out there. So most of us are average people that want to do above average things. So you have to do things the right way and give of yourself and give up things to get where you want to be.
Powerful.
Hey.
Rennie, so you're an African-American young man. I'm an African-American man.
Yeah.
Young man. How did you dodge the gang banging? I know you're in Gwinnett. Doesn't matter to me you're in Gwinnett. Gangs are in Gwinnett.
Right.
How did you get around the big homies coming to you saying, you're going to get down with us or we're going to knock you down? How did you stay focused and not get on that track?
Yeah. It really goes back to what, Dr. Ed said about drowning out the noise. Extremely important for me. It started with having a powerful vision and having a mission.
Who gave you that vision?
My parents. Like I said, it was a struggle from the time we moved to Gwinnett County when I was 10 years old. By the time I was 12, my dad lost his business. My mom almost died from a surgery she had gotten. So all I knew was just struggle, man. Like I was in Brookwood, but we were not at Brookwood status. There were a lot of affluent people. We were struggling.
Yeah, it was the place to be.
Yeah, paycheck to paycheck. I'm at Brookwood School of Excellence, but I'm on free and reduced lunch meals. So I had totally different.
How did that make you feel, brother?
I mean, at times it made me feel less than at times, man. But having that vision, man, picturing myself being in Athens at University of Georgia. Picturing myself.
You pictured yourself in Athens?
Yeah,
at Brookwood?
Myself, man. I went there. My little league coach took me there at 10 years old, man, and I sat at the 50-yard line, and I made up in my mind at that
10?
time at 10 that's where I was gonna go. And
at 10?
Yeah, at 10 years old, man. I'll never forget it. Watching Thomas Davis and David Green, and David Green and Pollock were from Snellville, so I was like, I want to be that next kid from Snellville.
Wow.
And from there, man, having that vision, having that mission to help my family, so we wouldn't have to struggle anymore. Like every day, man, like whenever I saw kids that were going in a different direction, even though I may have gone and hung out, I always knew there was a line I didn't cross.
Kick it with him, but you wasn't going,
As soon as they pulled this out, because it wasn't just gangs, it was a lot of, the weed, different drugs.
I get it.
So as soon as they pulled that out, man, that was a line. I was just, all right, guys, no judgment, but I got to go.
Wow.
I'm out of here. And so just having that vision, man, that was bigger than anything that I was going through during that time really helped me to drown out that noise. And then also seeing guys who didn't go down that wrong path. I tell young kids all the time, you're either going to be an example of what guys should be or a warning of what they shouldn't be. I saw some warnings early in my years.
Seeing those red flags?
Yeah, guys who were super talented. We all know them. Athletes that's super talented.
We're not going to call any names.
No names. We all know them, though. Super talented, all the ability in the world, but they don't get it up here, the character or their grade, something holds them back. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that.
Don't want to be that kid.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my God-given talents. And so those are the things that kept me focused.
Amazing. So Ed, we're talking to the athletes, but something in my heart tells me we're talking to the coach. We're talking to that coach who's coaching the Little League team. We're talking to the referee that is just kind of doing this as a hobby, but they have the passion to really want to do it on a major level, and not so much just for the money. They really want to do it to make impact. I want you to talk to that coach, and I want you to speak to that individual. They've got their master's degree, but they just don't have the connections. But what do they do? What certifications do they need to possess? What do they need to get in their mind? What noise do they need to drown out of their head to maybe get them from that little league to the, not so much the majors, but just the next level?
Well, we're always looking for people that want to help kids. We're always looking for people that want to help kids. And that can come in many shapes, forms, or fashions, just like you talked about. And there are ways to get involved. Rennie's foundation and the things he's doing is outstanding. He's getting ready to work with some of our athletes on a bigger scale. We're going to hopefully announce that in the fall. I hope that rolls out. And so there's ways to get involved and plugged in through mentorship inside the schools with athletics. But there's one thing we know for sure. Kids need mentorship.
That's a fact.
They need examples. Yeah. They need to see it, and they need the mentorship. And whether that's at the church, whether that's at the school building, whether it's on the practice field, find your niche because there's somebody out there you can help.
I think we've said it all. I mean, we've given everyone practical knowledge and information, almost down from information to revelation. I am so glad and blessed to have met the both of you gentlemen, and I can't thank you enough. I want to thank you on the behalf of our guests and our viewers. God bless you both in your endeavors, and if there's anything we can ever do at the Georgia Peach Symposium, we're here for you. We'll be right back. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Georgia Peach Symposium.
OcuPrep Training Solutions is a training and staffing organization whose mission it is to prepare the next generation of entry-level allied health professionals. OcuPrep offers in-house certification programs for multiple healthcare professions. If you're looking for a fulfilling career in the eye care, ear care, dental, or dialysis professions, www.ocuprep.com to discover which opportunity is right for you.
Body symmetry. We go on the inside and we get metabolically, hormonally, on a cellular level, and get everything optimized and balanced.
There's nobody like you on the face of the planet. So we need to treat you and tailor a program to you that is special to you.
It just gets me so excited. And so it's just, I run on passion. And I run on passion off of the fuel that I get from people's results. And it's powerful.
There aren't many lawyers that can offer in their practice trilingual services in a multiple of disciplines, and that's what we offer here. I felt it was important, given the demographics of this community, to be able to service as many people as possible, because there are some people that are underserved, that are not represented, that don't have access to strong legal services for a variety of reasons. I've been a lawyer for 32 years. I've been blessed to be able to practice around the world. I'm attorney C.K. Hoffler, and I refuse to be denied.
Everybody deserves a simple, decent place to live.
And that's what life is all about, is creating hope for tomorrow.
That hope is what we all need.
Everything is different about our lives now. A thank you isn't enough.
I've been able to focus on our future. I've been able to breathe. What Habitat does, it empowers communities and creates strong families and strong communities.
Welcome back again to the Georgia Peach Symposium, where we are having amazing guests here today. We have Mr. Ed Shattuck from the Gwinnett County School System. He is the athletic director. And we have Rennie Curran, who is a former football player for the national, the football, NFL. And so it's just great to have them both here at University of Georgia graduate. We've got the Diamond's Jewel of the South here in persons of Mr. Ed Shattuck, who is the athletic director. And you also have, much like myself, we was talking during our break, we both moved here from DeKalb County. Yeah. And we've got much love for DeKalb, but we came on to Gwinnett and our futures kind of open up even more. And so, Mr. Shattuck, tell us a little bit about why should a parent consider bringing their child to Gwinnett? I mean, you've got 180,000 children. Are we full?
We are not full, and we're continuing to grow. We're getting ready to open another high school on the north side, Second-year high school. We've been blessed for a long time in Gwinnett with a long-serving superintendent, J. Alvin Wilbanks, and a board that's been in place and allowed for continuity of leadership and time that has allowed growth in the schools and growth in leadership, and a lot's been put on leadership. And Mr. Wilbanks has always maintained the main thing's the education. The athletics is gravy on top of the education.
Yes.
We open the doors to educate children. We play football, basketball, baseball, all those sports to make the child better. That's why you do it, because it's part of an education.
Well, let me just stop you for a moment. Listen, my children purchased me a gift for Christmas. And I tell you what, if she had a left hand, I would put a ring on her finger. Her name is Alexis. And Alexis is artificial technology. And I walk in my door every day and I say, Alexa, play me some Jill Scott. Or I say, Alexa, play me some Erykah Badu. Or Alexa, play me some, rock and roll or some soul. So when you mention secular, the school that you guys are building and developing, tell me a little bit about that. I've heard a buzz in the wind that was going to deal with some of the artificial and technology.
It's artificial intelligence. It's based. It's going to be K-12 embedded AI all the way through it.
Wow.
The high school is going to be very different looking than most of our traditional high schools. We have themed schools throughout Gwinnett, and we have certain pockets of programs and things throughout. But this school will be K-12. It will be artificial intelligence curriculum will be embedded all the way through it. And it's going to be very unique and hopefully will set the stage for a lot of our kids to move forward. But AI is the future.
It sounds as if, Rennie, what they're doing now, I've had the luxury of being able to partner with the McClure Health and Science High School. It sounds like this may be the new model, because with this AI technology, you can also implement sports and agility training and things of that nature in the virtual realm. So, I mean, I can see you also being a part of that, because they take real people and embed you and make you almost like a virtual, I don't want to say character, but a component of their teaching studies. Once again, guys, I mean, it's so much in both of you all. I can't get it all out of you right now, but I promise you, you will be back. And I want to thank you all for the time that you've come in, and I want to give my guests an opportunity to just really know and understand that Gwinnett County is one of the finest counties there ever been, and I'm just so proud to be able to be here with Ed and my guests. Great. Have a great day.